Hey gang, it's your boy Platt, and today we're going to review the Master Vintner Small Batch Wine Kit. So let's go. So some of y'all might remember about a year or so ago I did a review of Alexander Sun Country. It was a Pinot Noir kit I got. At the time I mentioned in the video that Amazon had sent me the wrong thing, and that actually the kit I was supposed to review was this one, the Master Vintner Small Batch Kit. That Alexander Sun Country one they sent me actually ended up making 5 gallons instead of 1 gallon, so that's why I kept it and did the review. But this was the kit I was originally supposed to get, and I went ahead and got it not too long ago. This kit will make 1 gallon of Cabernet Sauvignon. And that is our goal. Let's go through and see what comes in the kit. This box is all you got in the kit. You'll need your own fermenter. You'll probably need a secondary fermenter, or you'll need a secondary fermenter, so you'll need your own fermenters, bottles, stuff like that. This just gives you basically the juice. Let's see what's inside. Alright, first we have our instructions, and they give you different spots in here to leave different notes. They encourage you, and I encourage you too, if you're getting into winemaking, you're probably going to need a hydrometer. I'll leave a link down below where you can get one for that. So anyway, this is the instructions, talk you through the whole process. Next they have a little bag, and we'll see what's in the bag. First we have Lavallin wine yeast, which makes sense. E71118. If you know specific wine yeast. Then we have a packet of Potassium Metabisulphate, a packet of Potassium Sorbate, and we remember that is what we used when we back sweeten our hard apple cider. This will control fermentations from kicking off again. And then we have in here a couple of packs of fining agents or help us clear our wine. One is Chitosan, hopefully I'm saying that right, and the other one is called Chitosan. And these are both for helping to clean and fine your wine. So that's what comes in that, and then what's left is a bag of our Cabernet Sauvignon juice, or more like a kind of a concentrate juice to add a little water to it. So that's what comes in our kit. So let's make some Cabernet Sauvignon. we're done with fermentation, this is the point where you would go ahead and bottle the wine. And that's where I kind of want to start. You're going to get roughly 5 bottles of wine out of this. The particular wine we produce is a Cabernet Sauvignon. That style of wine tends to be higher in tannins, higher in alcohol, so it can and should age longer. You don't want to drink this young. If we were producing something like a Moscato or Pinot Grigio, white wines like that, those are meant to be drunk young. Those you could probably consume after fermentation, if not maybe a month or two at the most. To give a practical example on Cabernet Sauvignon, if you went to a liquor store now, and hopefully you're in a place where all the liquor stores are open, but if you went to a liquor store now, and we're filming this May 2020, I'm going to say you're most likely going to find a 2017 cab is what you're going to buy. So what I would suggest with this is that you don't even touch that first bottle from 6 months to a year. And then maybe every 6 months a year, try the next bottle and see how this matures. But I asked for a little patience on this wine. I know in some of the homemade wine videos it was, well, let's drink it after 10 days or 2, you know. And again, if you're just looking for something like that, then that's fine. This, though, needs to wait. It needs to mature. We're trying to make a better wine like this. So that is my suggestions on bottling and aging. If you want to get a little oak flavor on it, you know, one of the great selling points of wine is it's oaky, or you get oak notes, or, you know, it's aged in a barrel. You have several options. Some of these kits have something called oak powder that you would put in early into the fermentation process. If you have oak chips, or you just have oak at home and you want to toast in the oven and then throw it in, you can do that in secondary fermentation. Or if you want to get a little more adventurous, I suggest one of these little mini barrels. You can buy them anywhere from the 1 quart size like this to 1 gallon to 5, you know, the larger barrels. One great thing about these little barrels, more of the liquid is in contact with more of the wood in these little barrels than the big ones. So 1 month in a barrel like this is like 1 year in a big 55-gallon barrel. So that's definitely an option for you. And if you go the barrel route, I'd leave it in a month or 2 at the most, and then you could go ahead and bottle. Something else we did in this video that we haven't touched on in the past is fining agents or clearing your wine. We used a couple of ingredients, Chitosan and Chitosan. Those are used to clear the wine. Now, dark red like that, this is not as important, but if we did a white, a Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, or something like that, you definitely want a nice clear wine. Those two can be used for that. You can also use them with homemade wine. If we'd had white grape juice instead of red grape juice in our experiments, we can do that. You have a couple other alternatives on that. There's something called bentonite that you can find in most homebrewing shops. Some people use diatomaceous earth. They originally used fish bladder to clean, to clear wines, and they do sell something like that today. So those are options on clearing wines. I do want to also quickly touch on, like I said, Cabernets are higher ABV wines. We came out to 13% ABV on this wine. Our original gravity was 1.095. Our final gravity came out to 0.995. To give an example, a couple of weeks back we made homemade wine for frozen juice concentrate. The original gravity of that was 1.080. There's a gap between the sugar content of regular juice and then juice like this from actual wine grapes. That's why in some of those homemade wine videos I add sugars, not to cause diabetes. It's because we have to kind of catch up to what is normally in a regular grape or regular wine grapes. As far as what I'm going to do with this wine, I'm going to take and bottle 1 bottle, and maybe a year from now we'll give it a try. The rest of this, though, I think I'm going to turn into sangria. It's summertime. I'm not in the mood for cabs, even though, like I said, I would let this age out for a while. Just the idea of a nice sangria really sounds good right now. So that's what I'm going to do with this cab. And cabs aren't necessarily the wine I would always use for sangria, but I like reds. Red sangrias are white. But still, it's good enough. I normally would use like a Pinot Noir or a Malbec for sangria, but like I said, I'm just really in the mood for a sangria. With that being said, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section, or you can contact me on the Twitter page. Well, until next time, bottoms up.